Alright, so Technique Tuesday for another week. This week I'm going to go through some trunk work. Now, some people would refer to this as a core. I have stopped using the word core when I'm referring to this because apples have cores and I don't want to be an apple. So we're going to refer to it as our trunk because trees have nice strong trunks and we want to make sure that we've got nice strong trunks here. So a lot of people when they talk about doing trunk work or core work, they're going to refer to doing some stuff, probably some static work, so maybe like a plank. They might talk about taking your abs through flexion and extension, so a sit-up or a crunch. One thing that gets missed an awful lot when it comes to training programs is rotational core work or rotational trunk work. So for us, what we do, we use quite a lot of medball work in order to work the rotation of the trunk and getting everything in that chain, so from our feet all the way up to our shoulders, working the way that it normally would if we were doing something. Now, if you think about everyday life, if we're picking up bags of groceries or we're picking up the kids, a lot of the time, we're not gonna do it in a way like we do a crunch or we do a plank. We're actually gonna bend, we're gonna rotate, and we're gonna pick the kids up from there, or we're going to pick that bag of groceries up. So one movement or one sequence of movements that we use a lot are our medball rotations. So in order to do this, all you need is a medicine ball. You generally don't need it to begin with very heavy, and what we do is we've actually got 4 positions that we use. So when we set up for our medball rotations, what we want to do is start in a pretty good athletic position. So if we can, start off with our feet outside our hips and our toes pointed forwards. From there, I'm going to pick up my medicine ball. I'm going to take it to my outside hip. And what I want to do is I'm going to rotate and throw that medicine ball like I'm throwing a cutout pass into that wall. So here, turn, rotate, and come back to that center position. So I'm going to set that on my outside hip, throw, rotate, and throw it into the wall as hard as I can. I want to make sure that I'm not just using my arms and not just doing this type of a thing. I want to actually get a good rotation and throwing it into the wall as hard as I can. So I'm going to start off, I'll do about 10 reps that way, then I'll turn, I'll face the other direction. I'm going to hit my 10 reps this way, making sure that each rep I do is with the maximal amount of force that I can produce. I'm going to pick a distance away from the wall so that I can catch it. Depending on how your hand-eye coordination is, you may want to be further away from the wall, but the further away you are, the more force you need to produce. Otherwise, that magical force called the force or gravity is going to pull that bad boy down to the ground. So from there, once we've done each side, we're going to turn, we're going to face the wall, get into our good athletic stance again, let those hips sit back, slight bend in the knee, and the same thing, I'm going to start from the side, throw, trying to get as much force as I can, throwing that medicine ball into the wall. 10 reps there, 10 reps on the other side, and that would be one set. If you hit 3 to 4 sets once or twice a week, try and do that over the course of 3 to 6 months, and notice how much difference that makes to your trunk strength and how much difference that makes to the other lift. Use this as an accessory lift. You can even use this as a warm-up when you're getting ready to do things like squats, presses, deadlifts. Really good way to get that midline prepped so that you can go ahead and you can smash those big lifts that you want to. That's it for this week. As always, if you've got any questions, comment below. If you like what you're seeing, go and let your friends know. If you don't, just forget it ever happened, and we'll see you next week. Bye.